Hello everybody, this is Christy Whitman with the Quantum Success Show, where you can get your information and inspiration to create your desires. And I told you last week that I had two coaches that I picked because of the contest that I ran, because I wanted to know, what are people creating as a result of being in the Quantum Success Coaching Academy? And so we got all sorts of different answers, and Peter from last week, he had an amazing story, which you heard. And then we also had this other lovely young woman that brought in a story that all of us agreed was just really, really phenomenal. So I'd like to introduce everybody to a QSCA family member, Daisy Anderson.
Hello, everyone.
So Daisy, let everybody know a little bit about yourself, and then we'll get into more of like what you've created and that sort of thing.
Okay, great. Yeah, my name is Daisy Anderson, and I live here in Kankakee, Illinois. It's about an hour south of Chicago. And I am David Anderson Jr.'s wife, and I also am an athlete at CrossFit Moss, Anderson Strength CrossFit Moss, where we do CrossFit. I'm also a Spanish teacher, and I enjoy doing yoga and playing violin and dancing and singing and writing and all sorts of artistic things. And right now I'm excited to have gotten my life coaching through the QSCA, so I'm really looking forward to starting that business up very soon.
Awesome. So through the QSCA, tell everybody what you created, because I think it's really phenomenal.
Yeah, well, through the QSCA, I actually was able to finally create my ideal body. I mean, I know that sometimes it takes that, the last 10 pounds is like the last, fat percentage that's lost, but through the whole journey that I created through the QSCA and with all my pod call buddies and with the help of Kelly Lewis and with all of the processes that we do, I mean, that really is what took me to the edge of being able to really get to the goal that I had for myself with my ideal body. And sometimes being like an owner and a leader at a gym, you want to be able to exemplify that for your athletes. So I just feel like I was able to really manifest that, and doing all of the processes and especially the daily success habits, that was really key and instrumental for me.
Awesome. So where did you go from and where did you go to when you said you created your ideal body?
Right. Well, for the longest time, I was really kind of chubby. I had a little bit too much of my thinking that I was maybe 135 at a 5'2" frame, and I wasn't really going anywhere really on the elliptical and just doing the same old, thinking that, kind of doing the same thing would get me the results that I needed. But then when I started doing CrossFit, things changed, but not to they slowly changed, like throughout the last, I would say 3 years. I was, starting to get my strength, but I really wasn't seeing the physical results. So within the last year in the QSCA, I was able to go from like 135 to 118.
Wow.
So I was able to, right. So in a 5'2" frame, like going from a 6, like a size 6 to a size 2, like right now the clothes that I had aren't fitting anymore. And, I'm able, but it's more than the looks. It's like the performance at the gym. Like yesterday we had this workout. It's called Murph. And Murph is it's a hero workout, and we do it to commemorate our fallen heroes. In that movie, The Lone Survivor, one of the combatants in Afghanistan, died for us. And so we have this workout that you run 1 mile, you do 100 pull-ups, you do 200 push-ups, you do 300 air squats, and then you run another mile for time. And this was the first time I've ever done it, and I did it like prescription, like in an hour and 19 minutes, but I did it.
That's amazing.
To be able to do that and say, okay, I was able, like there's data behind all of this. It's not so much how much I look, but it's what I've been able to, it's performance-based. And so that's what I'm hoping, with the QSCA, is to go from being a life coach to more of a performance-based fitness life coach to help people get that extra mile, when really, literally, you need to be able to run an extra mile and get that ideal body, but not so much for the looks. The looks happens to be like sort of the side of it, but it was the mental fortitude that the QSCA taught me, is just to stay positive, and then goal setting and all of that really allowed me to achieve, the body, I suppose.
Awesome. And I too know what you're talking about, because I'm not even 5'2", so like 2 pounds on me makes a huge difference in my look. So to go from like, wow, 134 to 118, that's remarkable. Huge. That's amazing.
Yeah, it is. It feels great too. So
It
I mean,
does.
and I couldn't have done it without all of the people in my community, you know, that are there also, and my husband and the QSCA. It's just like a whole community of perfection in my book, of just surrounded by the most positive, light, and loving people. And I mean, it just feels so great to be able to say I did it, and then to now be able to help people say, well, let me show you. I can help guide you.
So you found that having that community was really important, obviously, in helping you achieve your goals.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
The QSCA community, my CrossFit community, because it's my family, of course, and my husband. So those two, and especially, you know, and then having a full-time position at Kankakee Community College as a Spanish professor, I have that community as well, very solid. So I have 3 or 4 really strong communities here that have helped me as well.
Amazing. So let me ask you this. What's one tip that you can offer everybody that will allow them, whether they're wanting to attract their ideal body or they're wanting to attract their ideal partner, like whether they're wanting to attract any or create any type of goal, what's one thing that you took away from the QSCA that you applied that allowed you to create what you created?
Right. Well, the one thing that I remember doing right off the bat when the classes first started was your Abundance Principle program. When you were supposed to, I can't remember exactly the name of which one it was because there were a few, but it was definitely, let's see.
The Abundance Principle Coaching Program?
Yes, the Abundance Principle program, where I think is it 6 weeks?
Yes. Yeah.
Yes. But the thing is like I put down all the things that I wanted to manifest. I didn't read the directions. I didn't put just one thing. So I had a whole list of things and that I was working on during that time. On top of like I really plunged into doing the coaching, the 1-hour coaching with my pod call buddies. But that, doing the sacks, I think, and doing the meditations and doing the writings and the gratitude that comes with the Abundance Principle program and doing it the entire 6 weeks, and really choosing carefully like what it was that I wanted to manifest was really important. And interesting enough, my ideal body wasn't even on that. I was looking for something a little bit more, and I put down I wanted to attract an abundance of love, intuition, inspiration, creative action, and energy. So I wanted to manifest things that were a little bit more higher self-focused versus physical. The physical came much later, but it was just that tip is just really creating, knowing more like on an energetic level what we're trying to really do here with the QSCA was really important for me. So that would be the one secret tip, the biggest thing that I learned.
Well, that is one of the biggest things I teach is that, you know, it's like when you get into the essence feeling, like all those things you were describing are soul essence, you know, and they're a feeling sensation, and you attract by expanding into more love, for example. You know, it has to manifest in your outer reality. It has to show up in some way in a material form. But it's like we're working with the energy, working with the feeling. That's the manifestation first, and then it all comes from there. So, you know, just even the fact that what you did with your body, it's like that was a physical manifestation of the essence that you were feeling during this time when you were doing that program.
Absolutely. So. Absolutely. Because it was always trying to get to feeling a 10, right? And so learning what that felt like and feeling more connected to everybody and everything, that expansion is started with what you were talking about. How do I get from feeling from a 7 to a 10 and knowing how to do it for myself? And so the Abundance Program taught me that, to live in that space of gratitude. Most all the time, to know what feels bad and to try and eliminate that, or not even eliminate it, but understand where it's coming from and then make more informed choices with that intuition versus like feeling bad and then letting it carry on and not knowing what to do with it. So it helped me sort of hone in, okay, there are not, like, all feelings are good, and what am I going to choose to make myself feel better if this doesn't feel so good, or how am I going to better? It's almost like you become this peaceful warrior, like warrior of goodness, where it's like anything that's bad, you try and understand it and sort of tweak it and then help that person so that they don't, bombard you, rather you're at a higher level. That's sort of what the QSCA taught me. As whatever negativity comes your way, you kind of learn ways to block it or turn it differently so that, people aren't impacted negatively.
Transmute it. It's like, because everything's energy. So it's like if it's negativity coming out or coming towards you, it's a transmutation of the energy so that it's like you can take that energy and work with it to have it be a higher, to allow yourself to receive the benefit from it.
I love that word, transmuted. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's perfect.
Yeah. Well, Daisy, thank you so much for being here. I'm so proud of you for what you've created. That's really amazing. How can other people get in touch with you if they want to coach with you or if they just want to ask you more questions?
Yeah, they can find me on Facebook. I have a Daisy Anderson Life Coaching page, and they can email me there. Or they can also, my personal email or my coaching email is DaisyEstherAnderson@gmail.com.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Daisy. And for you, my amazing family, let us know what you're taking away from this conversation. Let us know what is your biggest takeaway from Daisy's success and what can you apply in your own life that she explained so that you can have the results that she has. Whether you want to create your ideal body or any other desire that you have, it's all the same processes to create whatever it is that you want. And just in Daisy's case, it was her ideal body. So thank you so much, Daisy.
Thank you, Christy.
Thank you. Bye.
Mwah. Love you.
Love you too. Bye.